Football Weekly. Coach, you faced a Michigan State team that was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde crew, had some inconsistencies throughout the season leading up to this game, 4-4 on the year. You never know what you're going to get, but it's Big Ten football.
Well, Jeff, when you're the #1 football team in the country, or going into the ball game, you're ranked #1 in the country, and you coach at Ohio State and you play at Ohio State, you have got to expect the other team's best shot. So I give Nick Saban and Michigan State football team an awful lot of credit. They, they 2 or 3 times in the ball game they could have folded their tent. We're up 17-3. We're up 24-9, and they kept fighting back, and then their defense won it in the fourth quarter.
Well, you knew coming in that great tailback Cedric Irvin would play a part in this game. He went out in this game early, but then came back and had his say to figure in the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought we pretty much controlled Irvin. I mean, they didn't hurt us running the football. They only had 48 yards rushing the football. The passing game really hurt us. I was concerned going into the ball game about their big, tall receivers, jump ball type situations, and their good wideout caught 4 passes, but they were 125 yards.
Lots of talk as well about the defensive backs on our side against their big wide receivers. One of the key matchups they talked about all week.
Well, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. We come out here throwing the football, a great catch by D. Miller. D's having a great year for us, number 15 out of Springfield.
21 yards on that pickup, and then Michael Wiley gets loose.
Come back, a little screen pass to Michael, take the ball right down the field in his first drive. I thought we were going to score a touchdown here. He gets knocked out of bounds, and this drive stalls, and we have to kick a field goal. Danny Stoltz comes in here and kicks a field goal. Again, it would have been nice to have gotten a touchdown there. That really could have been the difference in the ball game.
20 yards on that field goal for Stoltz, 3-0 to lead.
They come right back now. See, here's what I'm talking about. The jump ball, their big wide receiver makes a great play, catches the ball. About a 35-yard gain. We're playing man coverage, but we did not get as much pressure on their quarterback this weekend as we normally do.
That was Plaxico Burris.
Again, give their offensive line credit. Their field goal kicker had a great day. A little draw play again to Michael Wiley.
25 yards for Wiley on the pickup, and then John Lumpkin steps into the picture.
Yeah, John Lumpkin. We catch John Lumpkin. They're playing 2 deep zone, and Joe reads the coverage, got the ball to John Lumpkin down the middle here for a touchdown.
That looks like a play we've seen before this year.
We've got to be throwing the ball down the field more, Jeff. Anytime they double cover the wide receivers, that leaves the middle open. See, we come out early and have quite a bit of success early. There, our defense is playing well. Ryan Pickett, number 79 there, makes a play. Burt comes back and throws the ball across the middle. You can see Burris catches the ball, and Ahmed Plummer catches him from behind. That's a big play. That's a 3rd down play in the ball game.
44 yards on the pickup for Plaxico Burris. He had some big catches early.
He had some big plays, absolutely. This is a big play here by All-American defensive back Antoine Winfield. Knocks the ball loose, recovers the ball. We get the ball in excellent field position.
And you don't come up short with just a field goal. You punch it in with Michael Wiley, 1-yard touchdown plunge.
That's Michael up over the top. A good blocking of the offensive line there, and Michael puts the ball in his zone. We're up right here now 17-3. It looked like we're going to control the tempo of the ball game. We let them get right back in it. Here's another field goal, but they're a good field goal kicker.
He was solid on this day. Hit 5 on the day.
I started to say that one was about a 42-yarder, I believe. He had a 33-yarder, 43-yarder, a 49-yarder, and another 42-yarder.
That was Joe Germain getting hit and fumbled on that play.
We let the backside in, get pressure on our quarterback. You cannot let your quarterback get hit in the back. Here's Cedric Irwin running the ball inside. Good play by our defense.
Niall Diggs leading the charge there for a 2-yard loss.
Again, though, they come back and hit their tight end, and we got to cover him. That's a 3rd down play. Safety man left the tight end open, and again, they have to settle for a field goal. But Jeff, they're getting points on the board here. This is 17. What is this? 17-9.
Yep. 17-9 the count at that point after a 22-yard field goal.
Come right back, hit Matt Keller down the middle. Matt's having a good year for us, number 23 out of Moeller High School.
D. Miller now.
There's D. Miller again, little post route, number 15.
20 yards on the pickup.
This drive is going to stall here, though. We're going backwards. We did a very poor job there running, adjusting our route. You've got to go hot on that particular route. Wideout's got to adjust his route and get open. That took us out of field goal range. That was a big play right before halftime.
Irvin loses 3 there, and then the ball goes back, and David Boston.
Here's David Boston over the middle. Makes a couple guys miss him. We got the ball on their 49-yard line. Now this is, again, right in the first half of the ball game.
Joe Germain, loss of 11 on this play.
Good sack. We're trying to get him outside. We don't do a very good job blocking number 98. We got to pin him inside and get Joe outside. See, we're going backwards here. This is right before halftime. A little delay pass here to Michael. 17-9 at halftime.
Picks up 9 on the play, 17-9 as we go to the break. And it seems like there were some missed opportunities, just a few of them in there. And obviously the thing that you had to talk to them about at halftime was protecting Joe Germain. 4 sacks in the first half.
They got a lot of confidence because we didn't put them away. We had an opportunity to put them away. We didn't put them away. So in the second half, when they were blitzing us, that set the tempo for what they were going to hurt us on later on in the ballgame.
Still not a sense of urgency though at this point.
No, absolutely not. Even though we knew they were going to receive the second half kickoff, we thought it was important to go out and get momentum in the third quarter, early in the third quarter, and we were able to do that.
All right, we're going to check out those second half highlights coming up next on Buckeye Football Weekly. Now, Coach, as you come out after halftime, just 34 rushing yards in the first half. Was that something you were going to try to reestablish in the second half?
Well, we were disappointed in the number of yards we had at halftime running the football, but a lot of it we had negative yards because they were sacking Joe, in the last drive right before halftime when they were blitzing us. And the thing we had to do at halftime is try to come up with some way to give Joe more time to throw the football.
Well, obviously throwing the football was something that was part of the game plan today right from the start?
Well, absolutely. Again, I say this almost every week, Jeff, when they put 9 people up there and they're blitzing you like they were, you've got to be able to throw the football. You've got to be able to protect and throw the football down the field and get big plays. I mean, otherwise it's hard to run the ball against. They're bringing more people than you can block.
And a dangerous team when they have nothing to lose, a 4-4 team playing with reckless abandon.
That's exactly right, and we need to put them away. Our defense came out here in the third quarter. That's Antoine Winfield and Niall Diggs making a big play. Here it is now. They're going to throw the ball down the middle, I believe, on this play. Look here. They got all day to throw, and that's a third or second in about 15 yards, see, and they get big play.
Yep.
Instead of us having them backed up, they make big plays throwing the football because we don't put pressure on their quarterback.
Now a big play.
Big play, Damon Moore intercepts the ball. Come on, Damon, run and put the ball in the end zone. Puts the ball in the end zone, and we get a penalty here.
Don't know where the penalty comes in, but
they call it excessive celebration. You cannot do that in college football.
Well, defense once again.
That was a big play by the defense. Now, here's a play of the game, in my opinion. This ball hits us in the back, and of course their guy falls on it, and they take this one on down and score. Now, the other thing that's happened to us, our defense is on the field for a long time here in the third quarter, as you can see.
Gets back out there. Fatigue probably a factor at this point.
We haven't stopped. It's 24-9 right there, and we haven't stopped. They roll outside. Again, that's a third down play, throwing in the double coverage, keeping the ball drive alive, and they're going to take this one on in and score. A little fade route. Their number 7 there takes the ball away from our defensive halfback.
Yep, Bill Burke up top for the touchdown. At this point, it's 24-15 after they missed the extra point.
We're letting them live too long. That's what we're doing right there. You need to put a team away like this. And see, they come out and we fumble the football. You got to secure the football. They fumble the ball again. They've got all the momentum. We need to put out the fire now. Let's go defense. We hold them, and their field goal kicker comes in here and kicks another long field goal.
49 yards.
49-yard kick into the wind. We chose that end of the field. 24-18, and again, they come right back here, and we're not getting the pressure we need. They hit the jump ball, the fade route. Burris goes up, takes the ball away from both of our defensive backs, our corner and our safety.
That was 23 yards on the pickup.
And again, we let him get outside. He got all day to throw the football. He's going to find the tight end open down the middle, a big tight end. And they'd move this ball here, Jeff, 92 yards for the touchdown. That has not happened against our defense this year. 24-18, they're going to take this in the score. And, of course, kick the extra point. Here's Cedric Irwin going in from the 3-yard line for the touchdown. They kick the extra point. We're down 25-24.
And, again, you mentioned defense on the field a long time because the offense didn't have many plays run in that third quarter.
Well, they're on the field a long time because they're not stopping them. I mean, you got to stop them. Once you stop them, then, of course, you get out except for that punt. But here's another key play in the ballgame. Got to protect. We're forcing here. They don't pick this one up and take it on the score. That's great effort by Tyson Waller. But they get a field goal and puts them up 28-24 here.
First, Jerry Radzinski is going to get a nice sack here to push him back into field goal range.
Jerry did a nice job. We're playing good defense there to keep him out of the end zone.
43 yards on this one. No chip shots here. This guy was solid. 5 of 5 on the day. That's his career best.
Yeah, he's a good field goal kicker. He was 14 out of 18 going in their ball game.
Ties his career best.
28-24, plenty of time left. Let's go score offense and win the game. It's Joe Montgomery running real hard. Picks up a first down. We come right back to Joe again, number 33. Our backup running back. Joe carried it 11 times in the ball game, 41 yards. Here's Michael trying to get a big play. We got a block outside. Our wideouts one of these days going to realize they need to help us by blocking, being a complete football player.
Montgomery again. This is a tough 2 yards that you needed.
That's a fourth down play, I believe, right there. We went for it on fourth down and made it, moved the chains. And Jeff, they're going to stop us. Here's a fourth down and a half a yard to go. You've got to be able to get the first down in this situation. There's a front side linebacker, number 35. I don't know exactly what happened, but the back doesn't have a chance. We don't block anybody. Now we get the ball back here at midfield. We go to David down the middle. There's a minute and a half left to go in the ball game. We need to go score and win the game.
16 yards on that pickup, and then you go back to John Lumpkin.
Come right back. We got John Lumpkin across the middle. We've got the ball now on their 15-yard line. A minute and 29 seconds. No timeouts left. We run 4 passes in a row. Look here, protect your quarterback. And of course, that's the last play of the ball game right there. Their guy makes a nice interception, and the ball game's over. They beat us 28-24.
28-24. Did the best team win today?
Well, today, I think we got outplayed today. I'll be honest with you. We did not do enough today to win the football game, or this weekend to win the football game. I don't think we played well enough on defense. We didn't play well enough on offense, and we got their special teams play was better than us. They kicked 5 field goals. We kicked 1. We had a punt that hit our guy in the back. That's a turnover. We had too many turnovers, and again, we had too many penalties.
Is this another case of why you play the games? In the Big Ten schedule, you can never coast through the Big Ten schedule.
That's exactly right. You never take anything for granted in this game. Now, the only thing we got to do now is try to find some way to bounce back and beat Iowa, and of course beat Michigan the last game of the year.